This has been a really difficult year. A year ago, who could have imagined the world, the country, the situation we would be living in? Venturing out to as few places as possible, and when we do, we're clad in masks, or we see someone without a mask on and we feel scared or even angry. I woke up from a COVID dream last night. I was in a crowded space and my mask kept disappearing from my face. I couldn't fix it. Good sleep is not coming easily this year. There's so much grief over those who have died, more deaths from COVID in America in one day than died in the attacks of 9/11. We're living with the uncertainty of not knowing what will be possible and when life will return to some semblance of normalcy. That's all true, of course, and yet, that is not the final word. Here in Advent 2020, things are quite different, but still we turn to those Advent watchwords: hope, peace, and today, joy. Those are candles that cannot be extinguished. We may be thinking about hope and peace in different ways this year, and perhaps we will have reflections that will offer us guidance and more spiritual depth because of what we have overcome, because of those circumstances that none of us would have wished for our world. Do not be afraid to hold on to hope. That was our theme for the first Sunday in Advent, and there have been hopeful signs even in the midst of this pandemic. That masks do work, that vaccines appear to be more effective and might be available beginning this month, that neighbors continue to care for one another, that the mission and ministry of the church continues, and that innovation and creativity is happening. Do not be afraid to bring peace, the theme for the second Sunday in Advent. And deep and real peace is so needed right now. In our homes where tempers can flare and space can be difficult to find. In our communities where injustices and inequalities are readily apparent. In our country and in the world. Blessed are the peacemakers, Jesus said. Do not be afraid to bring peace. And now today our theme is, do not be afraid to practice joy. I love this theme, and especially that need for practicing. To practice, like kids sitting at the piano bench. It may not come easily to us, especially in these pandemic days, but with intentionality. By carving out time, we can practice joy and even get better at it. It can be both a quality, but also a cultivated pursuit. Do not be afraid to practice joy. I know many of the activities that once brought joy have been put on hold for now. And I don't mean to minimize the grief that many are feeling so acutely. And I don't want to be a Pollyanna, bury my head in some sandpit of joy. But I do know that often our experience is shaped by what we anticipate. If we assume that the worst will happen, well, it often does. If we approach a day looking for moments of joy, we're likely to find them. I have found activities that bring me joy during this year: camping in our backyard with the kids, going for long hikes on the less traveled trails at a state park, making vegetarian sushi rolls, reading the entire Sunday newspaper, and recently watching kids carry down presents that they have purchased and wrapped, in church Zoom meetings where people laugh, and it becomes apparent that the bonds that bring them together have actually grown deeper these last 9 months. Where have you found joy lately? It has been a challenging year. filled with sadness and loss. Absolutely, that is true. But I know also that there is joy in the world, and that the promises of God and these Advent watchwords of hope, peace, joy, and love are present as well, ready to be experienced and practiced. This month we are focusing in on the Gospel of Luke with the story of angels bringing good news, telling those they encounter to not be afraid. We've met Mary and Elizabeth, Joseph and shepherds on a hillside, and as kids prepare for a unique Zoom pageant, the list of characters expands to include the Magi, wise ones. But as I light Advent candles, I think about the cosmic opening of the Gospel of John. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The Word was in the beginning with God. All things came into being through him, and without him not one thing came into being. What has come into being in him was life, and the life was the light of all people. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness did not overcome it. With the candles that we light, with the light of Christ still shining in the world, do not be afraid to practice joy. And from the lips of the angel to the shepherds on the hillside, do not be afraid. For see, I am bringing you good news of great joy for all the people. Do not be afraid to practice joy. Amen.